Have you ever wondered why so many middle-class families work hard their entire lives but still feel like they're one paycheck away from disaster? It's not because they're lazy. It's not because they don't want more. It's because the system is designed to keep them stuck. Yes, you heard me right. There are hidden financial traps that quietly drain their money and keep them from ever building true wealth. And unless you know how to spot them, you might be falling into the exact same traps yourself. But here's the good news. Today, we're not just exposing these traps. We're going to talk about how to escape them so you can take back control of your money and your future. So grab a pen, because this might be the most valuable 10 minutes you spend all week. Trap 1, the debt spiral. Let's start with the most obvious one, debt. For many middle-class families, debt starts out small. Maybe it's a car loan, maybe a little credit card balance, maybe some student loans that seemed manageable at first. But here's what happens. Life throws curveballs. The car breaks down, the medical bills come in, and before you know it, that balance grows. Interest starts eating away at your paycheck like a hungry monster, and every month you're just paying to stay afloat. Here's the scary part. This isn't an accident, and it's not just bad luck. Credit card companies and lenders know exactly what they're doing. They've studied human behavior for decades, and they've designed their systems to keep you paying them as long as possible. Those minimum payments they set, they're not there to help you. They're there to trap you. By keeping the monthly amount tiny, they make you feel like the debt is manageable. But in reality, you could be paying for decades and end up giving them double or even triple what you originally borrowed. They make it incredibly easy to swipe, borrow, and forget about the balance until it's too late. This constant cycle of interest and payments keeps the middle class working just to cover debt instead of building wealth, leaving them stuck in the same financial place year after year. So how do you escape? The first step is to get brutally honest about what you owe. List every debt, yes, even the small ones. Then use something like the debt snowball method. Pay off the smallest debt first while making minimum payments on the rest. When that one is gone, roll that payment into the next smallest debt. It builds momentum, gives you quick wins, and keeps you motivated. The key is to break the cycle as fast as possible because interest is money you could be investing for your future. Trap 2, the lifestyle creep. This one is sneaky. You get a raise, a bonus, or a better paying job, and you think, great, now I can finally upgrade my life, so you get a newer car, a nicer apartment, maybe that big screen TV you've been eyeing. And for a moment it feels good. But here's the catch. Your expenses just grew with your income, and now you're right back where you started. This is called lifestyle creep, and it's one of the biggest, most silent wealth killers for the middle class. It happens so gradually that most people don't even notice it until years have passed. The moment someone gets a raise or a bonus, instead of using that money to invest or save, they immediately upgrade their life. A slightly nicer car, a bigger house, more frequent dinners out, the latest gadgets. Little by little, their expenses rise to match their income. It feels good in the short term because it gives the illusion of progress, but in reality, they're stuck on the same financial treadmill. They keep working hard but never move closer to real financial freedom. In other words, they focus on looking rich instead of becoming rich. True wealth comes from controlling lifestyle inflation and putting extra income toward investments that grow over time. The way to escape this trap is to flip the script. Every time you get a raise, pretend you didn't. Keep living like you did before and invest the difference. That extra money could go into index funds, a retirement account, or even starting a side business. Small habits like this compound over time and can turn a $50,000 a year salary into a seven-figure net worth by the time you retire. Trap 3, the 30-year mortgage mindset. Owning a home is often seen as the ultimate middle-class dream. And yes, having a place of your own can be great. But here's where it becomes a trap: when you buy too much house. Many families stretch their budget to get into the dream home, locking themselves into a 30-year mortgage that eats up 30 to 40% of their income every month. This leaves little room for investing, traveling, or taking risks that could grow their money. They end up house poor, owning a nice home but unable to enjoy life outside of it. Worse, they often rely on home equity loans or refinancing to cover other expenses, which just digs the hole deeper. The escape route? Buy less house than you can afford. Choose a home that allows you to still save and invest aggressively. If you already have a large mortgage, consider making extra payments toward the principal each month. Even an extra $200 a month can shave years off your loan and save tens of thousands in interest. Your house should be a blessing, not a financial prison. Trap 4. The good enough job. Here's one most people don't even realize is a trap: staying at the same job for too long just because it feels safe. The middle class often gets stuck in what I call the good enough job trap. You know the one: steady paycheck, decent benefits, maybe a yearly raise of 3%. It feels secure, but in reality, it's keeping you from reaching your potential. Studies show that the biggest pay raises usually come from switching jobs, not staying put. But fear keeps many people from looking for better opportunities. They think, what if I can't find anything better? What if I fail? And so they stay and watch their earning power slowly fall behind inflation. The escape? Keep your skills sharp, always be networking, and never be afraid to look for better opportunities. Even asking for a raise or negotiating your salary can make a huge difference over your lifetime. That extra $5,000 or $10,000 a year, invested wisely, could be the difference between retiring at 65 or retiring at 45. Trap 5. The consumer mentality. Finally, we have the trap that fuels all the others: the consumer mentality. Society tells the middle class that success means buying things: the latest phone, the newest car, brand name clothes, expensive vacations. Social media makes it worse by constantly showing us what everyone else is buying. But here's the truth: most of those people flashing luxury items are broke. They're financing their lifestyle with debt. True wealth isn't about what you buy, it's about what you own. It's about assets, investments that make money while you sleep. To escape this trap, you have to shift your mindset from consumer to owner. Instead of asking, what can I buy? Start asking, what can I invest in? When you see a Starbucks, don't just buy a $6 latte. Consider buying Starbucks stock. When you scroll through Instagram and see influencers showing off luxury brands, think about investing in the companies behind those brands. This mental shift is what separates the middle class from the wealthy. Conclusion. Here's the big takeaway: escaping the middle class financial trap isn't about working harder. It's about working smarter. It's about recognizing the hidden systems designed to keep you treading water and then building a plan to break free. Start by paying off your debt, living below your means, buying less house than you can afford, seeking better opportunities, and becoming an investor instead of just a consumer. Do these things consistently, and your future self will thank you. Now I want to hear from you. What's the biggest financial trap you've fallen into? Drop it in the comments, because sharing your story could help someone else escape too. And if you found this video helpful, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you don't miss our next deep dive into building wealth and freedom.